Good morning, everyone. This is progress meeting number 20 for the Donovan Smith Mobile Home Park Sewer and Water Extension Project. So I forgot to attach the schedule to the agenda here. It's the same schedule. Schedule has not changed since the previous meeting. Project is on schedule. And the good news is it looks like you're going to be getting rid of us all pretty shortly here, probably within the next month or so. So we can go through it. The work completed since the previous meeting has mostly been paving work, and I'm sure anyone that lives in there realizes that. They started grading and base paving Forest, Seneca, and parts of Fairview. They started that last week. Some of you may have seen the base paving is down on those 3 streets. They're continuing this week. I don't know, Dwayne, you tell me, by the end of the week, you think they'll get to Grandview?
I think they could possibly get to Grandview, start today.
Today, start excavating and grading?
Yes.
Johnny, base pave Grandview by the end of the week?
They may
Possibly.
They may pull out of there tomorrow just to let us get a little bit ahead of them and come back and start basing on Friday. And that will kind of depend on their schedule. If where they go, just while we get ahead of them, if it's a day or two.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, the end of next week, you're looking at paving, it should be done.
Including Central Avenue.
Yeah, end of next week.
Base and surface.
They're putting surface on today.
Yeah.
On Seneca and Fairview.
So that's all great news. I'm sure it's great news to anybody that lives there, because you get rid of some of the dustiness and so forth. So work completed. I mean, and restoration has been kind of ongoing. I know there was some restoration of the water and sewer trenches last month also. I think they finished all that up. And Teal, their crews are going behind the paving and restoring the edge of the road and driveways, etc. And that's pretty much work to be completed next month. It's pretty much that. It's going to be completing the paving. This project also, in addition to the paving in the community, there's the paving of Donovan's Road also. So that'll be the last thing that gets done, the milling and paving of Donovan Road. I don't know, is that, John, going to happen in the next month, would you say?
Just, yeah, let me know, so we'll send something out. I have a couple contacts in there that, just
The plan is then for them to finish and then go right into milling and paving
on
Donovan. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
So
Great.
if not, end of next week, the following week.
Great. And, just going through my agenda here, this was reported, I guess, last month. Obviously, all water and sewer laterals have been completed. Everybody's connected in the community to the board's water and sewer service, which is just a huge milestone for the project. SRF funding, wage rates have been continuing to come in. All's been good with those. I did talk to Dwayne yesterday about let's get another set of wage rate interviews.
How many have you done? 2?
This would just be the second one in the beginning.
Yeah.
I take that, well, I'd have to check.
We
One,
don't need 3, just 2 is good.
I know one was done in July, but that might have been the first one, but I'll check. I'll check on that. So you're saying if 2 were done, that should be satisfactory. Okay. And I know we owe you photos, so we're gonna compile photos for you for the end of the project.
50 to 100 is all I need. I don't need thousands.
Will do, okay. Payment applications 1 through 17 have been reviewed and processed by the board. Delta items, there have not been any Delta items for quite some time, because we haven't been in there right away for quite some time, but we will in the next week. So we'll be getting those guys on board so that they can do their inspection, etc. Miss Utility, since the beginning of the meeting, they're well aware of their requirement to contact Miss Utility in advance of any excavations. Notification of residents, that's been ongoing. Mr. Dwayne here has been doing a good job of that. Same with the communication of residents. Haven't really heard any complaints in those regards. There are no more RFIs that I'm aware of. Safety, just can report there's been no accidents on the job to date, no injuries, et cetera, which is a great thing always on all these projects. And just again, a reminder that it's the responsibility of the contractor. Johnny, I think you've been sending me AIS certifications throughout the project. I'd have to, when we get to the end, I'll take a look at all that and see if we're missing something that I don't have. I have not heard of any job site conditions or resident complaints, et cetera. I think people are happy that the project's finishing up and, you know, the paving's getting done. Inspection hours, we're doing okay there. We had 3,500 total inspection hours allotted for the project. 134 were used last month, gives us a total of 2,150 with 1,350 hours left. There were no real days lost to weather last month. Trench backfill, kind of beyond that issue, that worked out very well for the project. Most of the on-site material was good material and used as backfill, so there wasn't a whole lot of imported backfill. I don't think we used any contingency items last month. Now that we're out of the trench work, it's less likely we would need to get involved in any of the contingency items. Johnny, I guess we're at the point if you got some red lines, you could start putting those together and getting those into me, and we can start working on that closeout documentation. No change in the change order status since the last meeting. Still just the 3 change orders to date, totaling $190,862.90. With that, I didn't have any real specific discussion items. Like I said, I haven't heard of any complaints. People, I think, generally happy the paving's getting completed and we're at the tail end of this project. But we can go around the room and see if anyone has any questions or things they want to discuss. We can start with Robin.
No, sir.
2 things. One is we'll have to do final easement when this is all said and done. Just the adjustment to the original easement. And then we'll work with Keith on that supplemental that we discussed from the beginning, now that we're kind of towards the end. That was done for the Mumford and Miller project from 2 years ago.
Anything else? Wayne, Johnny?
Quick question, are the limits finalized for the mill and overlay on Donovan?
So, no. We just talked about this yesterday, Dwayne and I. We need to just set up a meeting with Delta, Rob Bragg, bring him out there. He has said different things in the past, so.
Do you want me to call him or do you guys call him?
I'll call him. He'd come out and I did mark where he said he was going to be, but he wanted to check it in case something happened with equipment coming in and out the blacktop.
Okay.
There's a good chance that we're gonna eliminate some of the paving that's shown on the drawing. The drawings had us paving the entirety of Donovan's Road all the way down to the entrance to Savannah Place. At a minimum, I think they're gonna allow us to just start at the bike path in, and there's a good chance they may make us only pave to the center line.
On one lane.
On one lane.
It would be stupid to do it because there's like, what, 14 inches of base
Or
and
more.
top in there?
Or more, yeah. So.
That road's got more pavement in it than Savannah Road.
But what they had said to us in the past is they wanted to look and assess the condition of that lane that was previously paved by Mumford and Miller when they put the sewer in. And if all looked well, they may let us just leave that and just pave to the center line. But that's to be determined, and yeah, just talked to Dwayne about that the other day. John?
I think so.
Sure.
I have a question. When will the speed bumps be put in?
Very last thing.
Very last?
Very last thing.
So the whole thing will be done and then the speed, okay.
Are they gonna be wide ones or narrow ones?
So that's a question I'm going to defer to the engineer because, I'm not so sure what you guys are doing with speed bumps. There was discussion that we were changing them up a little bit.
There was?
That was my understanding.
What works best to slow them down?
I'll have to look at the drawings, to be honest
I mean,
with
the
you.
drawings I thought called for hot mix speed bumps with a certain.
Hot mix, yeah,
There are certain measurement.
yeah.
But then I thought somebody mentioned that
They were talking about put the.
The ones that you
spike down.
pin down.
Yes.
I don't remember that discussion, but at whose request was that? Do you remember? Was that the owner?
No, I do not.
Was it the mobile parks owners?
I do not remember.
Anyway, to answer your question, it'd be the last thing that happens.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Alright,
we'll
but
have
what if, once
racetrack
you get
for
that
another-
paved,
It's a
Yeah.
racetrack.
it's gonna become Dover racetrack.
Okay.
Cause they're already doing 40, 50 miles an hour down the road in the dirt.
Yeah, you can get up with Dwayne, he'll show you the cross section of them. At least the ones that are on the drawings.
Okay, thank you.
Keith?
Whenever you guys are gonna do the final walkthrough, just let us know.
Yeah, interesting. So a lot of that's gonna depend on what happens here between now and November 6th. Like we're doing on the other project, the Headworks project, maybe we could combine the final meeting with the final inspection. So maybe that meeting date will adjust slightly, depending on how they do and getting everything done in the next month.
Yeah, if you could let Monica and I know.
Monica?
Yeah, Monica, from the drinking water part of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Any questions?
The progress photos you're gonna send to Keith, can you also send to me as well?
The what?
The progress photos you're gonna send to Keith?
Sure,
As well?
sure.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Everybody good? So, rather than say the next meeting is November 6th, I'm gonna say we're gonna leave that kind of tentative for now, depending on whether or not they get completed by that date. If they do, it could be the 6th with a final walkthrough after the meeting. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.